Did you expect to be here 8 weeks ago?
No, not at all. I mean, we didn't even know each other 8 weeks ago.
8 weeks ago, we didn't know each other at all. You came in through the DMs. You paid in full in the DMs without hopping on a sales call because you know one of my other friends, Ibrahim, that's now working with me as well, which is incredible. What has changed over the past 8 weeks that allowed you to scale from 0 to 85K in the second month cash that quick?
A lot of things. Obviously, working with yourself, I think the biggest thing was at the start was knowing your numbers. We were so all over the place on numbers that, yeah, we've changed the offer and everything as well, which we'll get onto, but knowing exactly how much money we'd spent on ads, if we were spending any money on ads, who had actually come through what ad, who had actually paid in full, who hadn't paid in full, and then once we'd done that part of the actually knowing the numbers, then we could work out, right, what is actually making us the most money.
Data tracking is incredibly important. I work on that with every client. You see my story sequence every day. You post story sequence every day. Exactly. You track your story sequence drop-off rate every day. So I would say that tracking data is the most important component to understand, okay, where are we at? How do we get to a next destination? Knowing exactly, okay, we read the data, we read the numbers, and based on that, we know how to get to the next level. I think that's super fair. Has that changed it on several components of the company? Is that only ads? Is that stories? Is that what else? What is it?
So first off, the data tracking point that we put there, it's everything. It's tracking, and that's what Living with do as well, and obviously getting to know you more as well. You as a person track everything. And once you track it, it means you can actually change it, you can implement new strategies to work out where the money's actually coming from. The data tracking part, it's all over. It's the ads, it's the story sequences, it's even it's little stuff as well. It's like you say, the drop-off rate between the two. It's the setting, it's the closing, it's where the money's going in the company. I think it's everything.
People start with a new offer. People that start with a new offer, they have unclarity in where to start. I work with people, you already make 300K per month in your physical Airbnb business. So you have a big company already running, a physical company in the UK, right? And you wanted to start info. What would you say is extremely important for the people that are watching that, let's say, do 10 to 50K per month within their info, or have a huge skill, already have a big company and are new to info but want to start a new info product? What would you say to them to get clarity on the first steps? Because the biggest thing and problem that I see a lot is that people don't have clarity on what they need to do to get to the next level. They don't know how to figure that out. They don't know what the next steps are. They have, unawareness about how to run ads and things like that. Yeah. What gave you that clarity? So
before the data tracking part was the offer. To be super clear on what the offer was. We had different offers. We had different tiers. We had a low subscription model. And with all these different offers, when we were doing the marketing, we couldn't even work out who we were marketing to. And that was one of the main first things you said to me. It was you can only market one offer to one person. And that was in terms of doing 10 to 15K a month, that instantly gets you to 30, 50K a month, in my opinion. They're clear on that initial offer. And yes, we changed the offer a little bit to go, with the nick setting way of a bit of a pivot front and then a back end as well. But the first thing was that clarity on the offer. We had so many different offers that if someone jumps on a sales call, you're then offering this offer and then you go, oh, maybe you want this one. And it's already they're confused.
It's customized based on the client, and I feel that when you want to make the most amount of money from one specific individual, you need to solve one specific problem, right? And I think when you portray it in the marketing is the most important thing. Your closers can always downsell people, right? On another specific offer whenever they're not suitable for the 4K pounds one.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
100%.
So that's important to understand. When it comes down to the ads aspect, would you say that became profitable quick? And what made that profitable quick? Because I work with a lot of clients, they make a lot of money with ads, right? The majority of it is ads with content and stories. What is it that makes ads profitable, and what is the reason why most people can't make it work while spending, let's say, $10,000 while you spend $300 and make 15K back?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
I think, okay, so started with the clarity of the offer. Once we were clear on the offer, we were clear on the ICP. So who we were actually putting that offer to.
Yes.
We were clear on what their pain points were.
Correct.
So we were clear on what ads to make.
Correct.
So we basically made the exact ads that targeted those pain points, find out which ads popped off, and then just put all the budget on those ads. Exactly. And then we just did a variety of different ads. And I think the biggest thing that we spoke about, obviously, yesterday off camera was just the experimentation phase.
Yes.
I think the reason we scaled so fast, the ads were so profitable so fast, was you just did every single ad that we thought of, because it's a bit different with yourself. I'm B2C at the moment.
Correct.
So we tried different things. We saw what popped, what didn't pop. And because we were tracking all the data, which ad brought in which client and where the money was being spent, we just turned off the ones that weren't working.
Exactly. We did one ABO, we did 3 different ad sets, and then from that perspective, we created several creatives. I think we run a lot of different creatives. We run video ads.
We had story ads.
Podcast
ads.
Podcast
I think with the video ads, we had a lot of different video ads. Face to camera ads.
We need to try.
Yeah, we had face to camera ads. We had the podcast ads. We had the Miro ads as well. We had the value ads. Like
Absolutely.
the ads that were like value reels as well. So
Value-driven, credibility, transformational. You have a lot of testimonials that you create right now. We're creating a new page, you know, like Daniel Budden, but then like a second page for all the testimonials, second YouTube channel for the testimonials, because that brings in all the credibility. And we were talking about this as well, right? Like, you're 26 now. 27, 21. So like the difference is I need to build a lot of content and I need to build my ecosystem around proving myself that I can do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For you, it's like you gotta prove yourself that you're not a scammer. It's the other way around.
Great.
That's why we said like Daniel makes more of like vlogs now for a B2C audience to showcase that he actually lives the life by, you know, making the money you make. For me, it's the opposite way around. I need to build that credibility for people to trust that I'm even something.
Yeah.
You said that very well. I'd love to add to that as well.
No, yeah, 100%. I think that's been like, obviously spent a lot of time together. Like I've been pretty fortunate that we've obviously really good friends as well as obviously being one of your clients. But I think what I said to you was, when we were trying all these different things out, because we tried the Miro boards, and whilst they were super good value, my current offer, it was valuable to people who were maybe a higher ticket offer, B2B. So the B2C stuff that was popping off was the podcast, the lifestyle reels, etc. And like you said it perfect there. Like because you're younger, you need to prove you're teaching a lot of people that are older than you. For example, and like you need to prove to people that you are knowledgeable, you do have value to give them. So you give away a lot. You make yourself, you portray yourself like who you are. You know, you've got a lot of value, you've got a lot of knowledge to give. Whereas I have the value and knowledge, but people just need to know me for being me, and I'm not a scammer. You know?
Exactly.
I have a business.
You run a real physical Airbnb business, making X, Y, Z amount of money. What is it that? Because I love to go into this as well. Like a lot of people always have questions about me or about that to me. It's like, how do you figure out what suits you when it comes down to messaging to target that specific pain point onto these people and to build the credibility and trust with these people?
Yeah, okay. Now, I think there's a few things there. Like, obviously, there's like your personal brand, like who you want to be portrayed as is massive. But like to work that out, you've got to just try things. Like we've been experimenting the whole time.
We have done
like, every week. I'm like my vlogs change, the way the story sequences change. It's like just that experiment and what feels right for you. Sometimes you post stuff and you're like, is that me?
Exactly.
Or is that what I want people to perceive me as? And I think with you, one of the reasons I signed up so fast was because I wanted my clients to feel the way I felt about your content.
Yes.
In whatever way that was.
Exactly.
Not in the same way, but in, how do we create that for my clients?
I get where you're coming from. And now we're talking about indirect return on investment things because people normally want to hear, I turned $1 into 12. But like this stuff we're talking about right now is what is making sure that the ads are fucking profitable as fuck. Yeah. That the content, the offer is clear, that people close within 30 minutes or in the DMs instead of having 2-hour sales calls where they waste all their time. Yeah. Fair enough?
Yeah.
So messaging is so crucial. When you figure out who you need to focus on and what type of people you want to attract, you just know what to say to make people pay you technically.
Exactly.
Right? And we figured it out for you. I figured it out for myself. Like everybody has figured it out that makes a lot of money and is big in info.
Yeah.
And I think that's super crucial and important. How did the ads go? Tell me about the numbers.
Yeah, no, they were they popped off pretty fast in June, that's for sure. Yeah, I think because we experimented so fast, and also like we spoke about this as well. Like we had a lot of like built demand as well, which kind of made it so profitable so fast. And that was a kind of a testament to like how we changed the offer and the pivot of like we obviously made our Instagram a sales page. Like I think our first story sequence we did crazy numbers in terms of the reply rates because there was so many. That's one thing people don't talk about, and I don't think I've heard you talk about. There was so many people ready to buy.
Yes.
So it was like as soon as someone starts working with you, for example, it was like instant feedback because we changed a few things. We put the offer in front of them that they wanted and they all bought. But in terms of the ads themselves, there was a particular story ad that did like incredibly well. And again, this is where the point turned where I realized actually I need to show people that I'm just who I am. I have a business. I actually run a business. And it was just literally an ad that said we did 400K in a month in gross revenue, the amount of bookings, how many it was, etc. The 90 rate, and there was just like a follow for whatever, and then they DM me, start or whatever. So the CT on the back, and yeah, I mean that ad alone had like a 13x ROAS.
Crazy.
So we just basically put one campaign, one ad set.
Just to have clarity for viewers, it's like you run an existing physical Airbnb company and you started a new Airbnb info product on the side to help people teach you what you do. Technically all over the world. So that's crazy. 13x is crazy. And like the most important thing is it's not always about increasing. It's about, okay, we read that data. Why did it turn into 13? Let's say you spent 2, you made 26 back. Like why did that happen? Read the data. How can we improve and reiterate again to make that scale?
Yeah.
You know, so you can spend 10K, you make 200K back.
Yeah.
Right? And you have one closer now? What's the team? What's the team?
Yeah. So we have
one closer?
Yeah, so
one setter?
One closer, one setter, and I have a sales manager just because like I don't want to deal with like closing. I don't want to jump on closing calls. I don't know how to sell. I'd say I don't know how to sell people. I sell people just because of me, like being me. So like, I'm not like a hardcore salesperson, but like someone pays me on the call because I'm an honest
Or
guy.
paying the DMs.
Yeah,
You will learn to
I'm an honest guy.
PIF strategy.
Exactly, learn my PIF strategy. But I think, for me, it's literally, we've got sales manager, appointment setter, closer. And then, we're looking at bringing another setter to create some competition.
Yes.
But that's because our lead flow is crazy at the moment.
Exactly.
Like, we've got a lot of leads coming from all the ads. Like, I think I got like 210 followers a day, all consuming. And it's like, inbounds are, every single day increasing. Like,
reflecting on that, we go from top of the funnel ads to like middle of the funnel. What have you learned from me in terms of story sequences? I'm curious on that.
oh, the story sequences.
They're crazy.
Oh, they're crazy.
We kind of made a meme, like we kind of made fun about it.
I honestly,
incredible.
I love the story sequences, but it's crazy how like what a journey you can take someone on in those story sequences. And like I've played it, like you said, the thing on the data tracking. We literally have a Mario board with every single story sequence, the drop-off rate of all of them, the number of steps, and then like the number of frames. So like how many photos are there? How many tap-throughs are there? And like for me specifically, like the highest performing ones are the shorter ones, but it's about the balance of credibility ones, which is just like me proving who I am.
Yes.
Testimonial ones, so like people, my clients succeeding, and then the CTA ones.
Yes.
And like still working out the specific balance, but basically like 2 CTAs a week, maybe like one really good CTA a week.
We're testing a lot of like credibility story sequences,
Yeah.
the social proof as well. Sometimes you do value, sometimes you do lifestyle. Today you do lifestyle.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
good morning and then like just pictures, things like that. And I think it's super important that to understand the reason why Daniel got results because you do what I tell you to do. And you just implement everything immediately. And you come back with me with a report of data of like, Nick, this fucking didn't work, here's the data. Or this did work excellent, here's the data.
Yeah.
We can constantly reiterate on it. And I think that makes my work easier as well.
I think they've got to have fun with it as well. Like it's pretty fun to be creative. Like with the story sequences as well, like things, like it's so funny like in the Airbnb space now, like everyone's trying to do story sequences.
Yes.
And they just don't look as good.
No,
they just don't,
not.
so like.
And the point is they do it, but they cannot make it profitable as well.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. People
but it is
understand the actual psychology behind creating it.
Yeah. I think like, but you sit down, like, we can create a story sequence for like 2 hours.
Yes.
And it might be like 3 frames.
Yeah.
But like that 2 hours is like, you see the
20K
return.
PIF day.
Exactly. You'd see the return on investment.
Exactly.
And whereas someone else might just put up like one couple, that text moves around all over the fucking shop. And I think like that was another thing, like the level of detail you put into your story sequences, because that is your funnel.
Yes.
You haven't got this like huge funnel with like, you got your landing page, you got like this.
The VSL is outdated. Yeah. It's not about just solely running direct ads anymore and like converting people as quickly as possible. It's about like longer conversion cycles. Yeah. That's what we're building. You're building a true intentional brand. You're building longevity in what you create. And I think it's beautiful that the moment you do story sequences, you build content, and top of the funnel, you launch ads and traffic and story ads as well, we're gonna do now. Yeah. You get more people to your page, more awareness to your page, and the moment they're ready to convert, they're ready to convert. Whether that's in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, as long as they PIF.
That's what's crazy. Yeah, that's what's crazy as well. Like the compounding effect. Like I think we've like our cost per follower has gone down to like a third of what it was.
Yes.
It's like reduced massively. And then like our cost, it's like the important part is like the quality of follower.
Correct.
But like we're not going to see that really until like next week or like the week afterwards when when it starts to like, it is a bit of a follow on, but.
Exactly, sorry to interrupt you, but especially there, it's important to track.
Yeah.
You have high rocks with direct ads, but we need to track. The moment you have people coming in as followers, we track every single follower, qualified follower. We track conversations. Yeah. We track calendar links sent. Yeah. Offers presented on sales calls.
And like, just even like the stuff that you've told me to track, but I've tracked like so much more stuff because of the way you track things. So like, for example, I track like the exact, like they'll probably do the same, but like of the actual client that PIFs, for example. Like what are their age? What gender are they? Like, what are their pain points?
Exactly.
And then you can just target that.
Exactly. I track the exact same, even with color codes in marketing. Yeah. You've seen that video, right? Like on my Instagram, it went viral. It's like, I track every single color that I use any single time of the year. Now it's summer. So we're back to yellow, blue, and green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's excellent to see like how much you can track and how much progress you can make while tracking. Like I think my prior YouTube video on my main channel was purely about tracking. I did a mastermind purely about tracking. People do things. When you do things based on logic, you make so much more money in business, right? And life is not all about logic, it's also about emotions. That's the reason why we're friends. We get along super well. How is it, I'm curious, and I'm gonna answer the same question to you, how's it to be around me? In like 8 weeks? Who is Nick? I'm asking the question to you, but I'm curious
who is Nick
to see how you view me.
No, I think like, what we spoke this morning about how like, it's crazy we've known each other for literally like 8 weeks, but like, it feels like best mates,
Yes.
Like I can trust you, like you're a super honest guy. Super humble as well. But like it's not even just saying it for the camera. Like we get on really fucking well. We're so different as well, which is like crazy.
Yes.
We're very different people. At the same time, like I would want to say, you know, he was one of the boys, but at the same time, like we have fun. You know, obviously when we spend time in Dubai, you like Froyo. I love Froyo.
We love that.
We love Froyo.
Spend good time together. Yeah, we were in the apartment. We were building some, like the first week, my offer was, yo, you get extra, come with me to Dubai.
Yeah.
You know, you buy the offer, you get to stay with me in a week in Dubai because an apartment left over. And it was amazing. Like we built the whole foundation in the first week, which I do with normal clients as well, but Daniel did it in person. So boom, it went quick. Foundation, things like that. And I think it's just incredible to, you know, like what I love the most, and I just made a new start here highlight that I'm going to create on my Instagram. And I said like the best thing is to work with the most amazing clients. It's like people that do what you tell them to do. People that you can be friends with, people that you enjoy traveling with. You add value to my life, I add value to your life. And that's just the type of people that you want to work with.
Yeah.
You know, even you in B2C, you work with amazing clients.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I think that creates so much fulfillment from a longevity perspective. Imagine making, like my offer is 14K now, people fucking know already, so I always say that.
Yeah.
The last 10 payments, I think we had 9 people paid in full.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. And people that dare to take that step, which are just a few selection of people, are always the highest quality clients. And it makes the work and like the pleasure of being around these types of people so much easier.
Yeah. I think that's the thing as well. Like, I mean, yeah, like you say there, I've kind of gone like client to friend, but still client in a way. But like the way we bounce off each other, you know, like you're sharing stuff, I'm sharing stuff with you. And I think what you said there about you're known for piffs, bro. You know, like people are going to piff you because you've created the brand of like,
correct.
Piff. And like even the way you talk, your mannerisms, etc. I'm like converting that into, you know, my conversion cycle and the way I talk to people. And like, for example, someone's going on a call today, and before I was like, "Are you ready to go then? Are you going to pay in full?"
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Easy.
Cool. So do you want to do it now?
Otherwise, don't waste my time.
Yeah. Why waste the time and just do it now? So it's like just the confidence and the abundance that you have in your own ability, and like that's something to pass on to other people. And that's something I took as well, which has been like, it's just the way you speak, you know, on those DMs.
Absolutely, and I think that's just like having a certain respect for yourself and having respect for other people as well. I think that's great. We were in France like 2 weeks ago. Client retreat, grow acquisition client retreat. Now here, another client retreat. Crazy. It's crazy what's happening. I think we've been in Dubai together, and then now there's a Croatia client retreat here. We have been in France last week. Like, it's good to see that you're in a group with great people making minimum 6 figures.
Yeah.
85K a month.
Yeah.
6 figures.
Fine.
6 figures.
Next month.
Okay,
yeah.
easy. 6 figures a month that have good awareness levels. They have a lot of skills. You can just help each other grow and things like that. And obviously good for the content as well for me, for you as well.
Exactly. But yeah, but I've said like we make money together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
of course.
100%. Like the way they bounce off each other. I think like, yeah, I mean, obviously you've got your brand on social media and stuff like that. And like we've just gone through the reason for it, you know. You need to, but at the end of the day, you're one of the guys. We do have fun, and like I think the problem with like, I mean, maybe not in like your space and your clients and such, but in my space, like a lot of people see like this like dream lifestyle and stuff, but like it's dream lifestyle, but we still love to work. Like we
work every day.
Like it's
especially in Dubai.
Yeah.
Sonder lock-in. It's
Sonder
just
lock-in.
purely, it's the only thing we do. What is it? We eat froyo and we work. That's
Exactly.
not fair. We have super healthy food.
No, we do have super.
We flew out our cook.
Oh, that's so good.
To Croatia. So we had a retreat 2 weeks ago in France. Mm-hmm. She was so good, so we should just flew her out to Croatia for a week.
She's coming.
Incredible. It's all about A players. Talk about A players. When you have the best people that provide the best service, give the best experience, whatever, you'll work with them. You know, you work with me. We would love to work with Carla because she's an amazing cook. We fly her out everywhere because she's excellent in what she does. Like imagine you build a good service and you work with amazing people. Your life problems are solved.
100%.
Most important
Build
thing.
the A player team.
I love that, man. One last question. What would you say to the people that are watching right now that are potentially in the fence of working with me?
Why haven't you piffed yet? You know? Literally. Nah, I mean, I would say, like, genuinely, the speed at which, if you implement exactly what you say, and this is another thing that I've taken from you, we restructured a whole course. I had this course, and like, yeah, we changed the offer, but I restructured the whole course once I got access to your course, and once I got access to you, because the fulfillment from day one was mental.
Yes.
So I was like, hang on. Again, similar sort of thing. Prior to signing up, I want my clients to feel like I feel. And then after signing up, I still want my clients to feel how I feel. So we changed the whole course, revamped it to how do we get someone from no properties in Airbnb, for example, to their first property as fast as possible. Within 2 weeks, someone joins, they get a property within 2 weeks. It's like, boom.
Revamped everything and streamlined it in a way where you just purely focus on action-driven and also putting the content in place from a perspective of people knowing what they need to do to get results quick.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Because when you read certain content, maybe other people perceive it in a different way. So you need to it's not about you, it's about your ICP, letting them to get to understand what they need for them to convert quick.
Yeah. Like our old course was just like an information overload, and I think a lot of courses are like this.
They are.
They just go, boom. We literally it used to be 12 modules, stripped it to 5, took out literally half the videos in there because no one needed the videos. They just needed do this, do this, do this. This is what you need to know. Now every lesson has lesson objective. Here's what you need to know. Go do this. Don't do the next lesson until you've done this. And then the Notion checklist as well. Built that out. Creates momentum. So after the first month, you've already got so much done already, and that was a massive thing I took from working with you. I joined, and it was like, here's what you need to go do your data. It was like, we won't jump on a call until you've done this. Applying that to mine, it's like, okay, now we're getting more fulfillment, more testimonials, which then leads to more people. Thanks.
Easy.
Easy as that.
Appreciate you, bro.
Always, bro.
Thanks for your time.